Anyone who tells you calories in, calories out is all you need to know is oversimplifying.
It's all you need to know. Calories in, calories out. Of course, that's all you need to know. Coach Greg, and does Bodybuilding .com give any good advice anymore? I mean, the site has 5.4 million followers. 5.4 million. And I was told, Coach Greg, review this video. How to eat to lose weight. Foundations of fitness nutrition. Right away I see, CICO isn't the whole picture. Proceeds to only talk about CICO. So I haven't watched the video, but I'm expecting it to say that CICO doesn't work and then go on to say how CICO works.
The number of foods and diet programs claiming to be the one that will help you lose weight and keep it off is overwhelming, contradicting, and sometimes even confusing.
Absolutely, and so to deconfuse everyone, just get my friggin' cookbook. You know how easy this is? You get the cookbook, it's the circle diet, you gotta lose weight. It really is that simple. I don't know why people are still confused. Well, maybe it's because I only have 1 million followers. Bodybuilding.com, they got 5 million. Maybe if I had 5 million followers, we could solve the world's problems. People eventually figure out how easy it is to lose weight when you know what you're doing.
An extensive recent study compared the fat loss results over the course of the year of 600 people. Well, the results were nearly identical, as long as 2 factors were consistent. Keep watching and let's find out.
As if I need to know what those 2 factors are. You need to be in a calorie deficit. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. If you're in a calorie surplus, you're going to gain weight. So regardless of the diet you're following, as long as it makes you in a deficit, you're going to lose weight. And if you're not dieting, you're not lowering your calories enough to lose weight, the other way is to burn off more freaking calories. How many people can't figure this out? If you don't lower your calories, burn off more. Do one or the other, or do both in combination. It's that freaking easy, people.
Anyone who tells you calories in, calories out is all you need to know is oversimplifying.
It's all you need to know. Calories in, calories out. Of course, that's all you need to know. If you're in a deficit, you're losing weight. And if you're not losing weight. Why are we trying to overcomplicate weight loss? It's not rocket science, people. I mean, come on. You're going to lose weight if you're in a deficit. That is all you need to know.
Plenty of people start with the calories in, calories out premise and have short-term success, but nothing but struggles down the road.
Yeah, plenty of people start with that. They get short-term success. Then they stop being a deficit and they gain the weight back. That's why it doesn't work. That's why people think calories in, calories out doesn't work. But it always does, every single time. Problem is, eventually you get sick of your freaking diet and then you go off of it and you eat too much food. If you have the circle diet, the cookbook, you eat like that for the rest of your life, and that is how you sustain weight loss.
This makes nutritionists like us want to shout from the rooftops that caloric restriction, aka dieting, is not the answer.
So what is the answer, smarty pants? If calorie restriction isn't the answer, the only other way is to burn off more calories. So either restrict calories or burn off more of them, and that's it. There's no other way.
Past a certain point, restricting calories doesn't predictably lead to weight loss.
No, not to a certain point. If you're in a freaking deficit, you're going to lose weight. If you continue to be in a deficit for too long, you literally die of starvation. You need food, you need calories. You need food and you need calories. And if you're not in a deficit, you're not losing weight. And if you're in a deficit, you will continue to lose weight till you eventually die. We don't want that to happen. What we want you to do is slowly lose the weight, get to a point where you're healthy, and then maintain that for the rest of your freaking life.
So what works? First, taking a hard look at the biggest nutritional blind spots that may be holding you back.
Okay, so she's saying you need to look at blind spots. Are we driving a freaking car? Look at your blind spots with a shoulder checked to see what you're eating?
And then rebuilding your priorities.
What kind of freaking mumbo jumbo is that? Really, what are you saying? Check your blind spot and rebuild your problems to fix them. The heck does that even mean?
The calories inside of the equation doesn't just come from the food we eat. It's also from the beverages we drink.
Is that not a little pedantic? She's saying it's not just the food that we eat, it's what you drink. Let's consider eating anything that goes in your mouth. Food, liquid, it doesn't matter what state of matter it's in. I don't care if it's a liquid or a solid. If you drink calories, you drink less of those calories and you lose weight because you're in a deficit. If you eat the calories in solid form, eat less calories in solid form, you lose weight because you're in a deficit. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
which one you do. So she posts up a Sadiq Hatzavit blue character and then a pop drink thing with 75 to 150 calories per cup. Yeah, consume less of those calories. Drink fewer calories. Drink a Diet Coke instead of a regular Coke. Instead of drinking a bunch of calories, drink fewer calories. Clearly, we already know that. How does that go against CICO?
The difference between, say, having one beer 2 to 3 times a week or having 2 to 3 of them a night 4 to 5 times a week is significant when you're trying to lose weight.
So how exactly does that go against CICO? Drink less alcohol because there's a lot of calories in it. Don't have as much pop or coffee that has a lot of extra added calories to it. To drink fewer calories. How does that not 100% align with CICO?
Another liquid source of hidden calories? Sauces and dressings.
And sauces and dressings have calories. Shocking. So if you have fewer calories from dressings and sauces, you're going to have less calories, which help you to be in a deficit. All shocking revelations. How is this not CICO?
So ask yourself, where is that place in your day where you're most vulnerable to them? In many cases, it's as simple as prioritizing protein in a meal that was otherwise going to be empty calories.
Her second tip of advice is to lower the calorie content in one of the meals that you're eating, which happens to be the one where you eat the most food.
Maybe lunch is your weak spot.
So instead of overeating at that one meal in the day where you typically overeat, eat less during that one meal. Pretty sure that means to lower your calories so that you're in a deficit, which is still CICO.
A tried and true rule is that if you're in a restaurant, eat half of what's on your plate and save the rest for later.
I'm not making this shit up. She's literally saying you go out and eat at a restaurant and just eat half of the portion. When I go out to a restaurant, I always eat 2 of the portions. I eat 2 full-on meals. 2. So if I go and have one and have half, not very happy, I have 2. And do I look like I'm having a problem? No, because it's calories in, calories out. If you eat too many calories at a restaurant, you need to eat fewer calories earlier in the day or later in the day. It's still that simple, calories in, calories out. And I don't know about you, but when I go out to eat at a restaurant, I don't want to look like an idiot eating half of the freaking plate and say, oh, I just eat half. People are going to look at you and be like, why are you only eating half? Can I have the other half? What's up? You have a problem? Why don't you just go to the restaurant and order a healthy choice? Maybe get the burger and a salad on the side. Have the diet pop instead of the regular. Don't order dessert. But to just sit there and say, just eat half of what you're ordering? I mean, is anyone actually going to follow that in the real world?
When you're eating at home, on the other hand, it's always a good idea to fix a plate. Don't eat out of the pot or dish you prepared the meal in.
How many of y'all are sitting down for supper and you put the entire frying pan in front of you and you don't eat a plate? Who is this benefiting? Oh, if you're at home eating, eat out of a plate because you don't want to eat right out of the pot. You won't know how much you're eating. I don't know about you, but I'm not doing the WAP when I'm home. Macaroni in the pot, eating it right out of the pot. No, we put the macaroni on a friggin' plate. That's how we're actually eating. We're actually already eating out of a plate.
Once you've built your meal, eat slowly, like at least 15 to 20 minutes per meal. Chew, drink, talk.
I was expecting her to say after each swallow to do a shoulder check and examine if you're full. I mean, what kind of advice is this? Sure, okay, this is great. Spend 15 or 20 minutes eating and don't stuff yourself. Great. How is that not calories in, calories out?
The key for long-term success is to be realistic. An average of 1 to 2 pounds per week of weight loss is the most that you can probably expect over the long term.
And yeah, you gotta lose it slow. Calories in, calories out doesn't say lose 100 pounds in a week. You gotta lose it slow. She's saying for most people, 1 to 2 pounds a week is where you should be. That's actually very, very fast. I would say for most people, it's 0.1 to 2 pounds a week. The slower you lose weight, the better. You're in less of a deficit and you're going to feel better. Not as motivating because the changes are slower, but it's certainly healthier and easier to stick to. And what we're looking for is lifetime changes. So rather than have a race to see how fast you can lose the weight, Slowly lose the weight and you're more likely to keep it off.
Cardiovascular exercise is still valuable, but you know what else is? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis.
And the next tip, exercise. That has to do with the out component of calories in, calories out. If you lift weights or do cardio, you're going to be burning calories, and the more muscle you build, the more calories you're eventually going to burn once you build that muscle. But listen, you're not burning that many calories during that hour of weights or cardio. Cardio is going to burn more calories than weights, but you're not burning that much. If you think you're burning 1,000 calories in an hour, guess again. Most people in the weight room probably only burning 150, maybe 300 calories in an hour, and most people not burning nearly that many calories when doing their cardio.
Park far away from the building, walk or bike rather than drive whenever possible, do yard work or housework, stand rather than sit.
And absolutely, you're not only burning calories during that hour of activity where you're exercising, you're burning calories all day long. The more you move, the more calories you burn. If you're going for walks, going to get groceries, if you're doing yard work, going out for walks, going to the mail and so on, you're going to burn a lot more calories than if you sit on the couch all day long watching Netflix.
We talked about calories in, calories out earlier. Well, another cliche of the weight loss and fitness communities is that you can't lose weight and gain muscle at the same time.
Not quite sure that saying it's a cliche means the same thing as it's bullshit. It's bullshit. You can build muscle and burn fat at the same time. She says it's a cliche. It's more than a cliche. It's a bullshit. So let's just get that clear. You can build muscle and burn fat at the same time. It's a myth. Don't think cliche means myth.
You may be wondering, when are we getting to the diet part of this? Like, do we recommend paleo, high fat, high carb, gluten-free?
No, I wasn't wondering that at all. I was wondering when you're going to get to the part when you say that it's not about calories in, calories out, because that's what you said at the start of the video.
Protein and calories. Those were the two consistent factors in the study that compared low-fat and low-carb diets.
It was protein and calories, the two things. So here's the scoop. As long as you're eating protein, calories in and calories out is what works. And listen, if you're not eating protein, it still works. The only problem is if you don't eat enough protein, you're not going to build muscle along with that. You'll lose fat and also lose muscle, which we don't want. And eating more protein, well, that's a good thing because protein helps you to be full. It makes you more satiated. So when you're dieting, the biggest reason you stop dieting is you're too hungry and you want to eat more. So if you eat a lot of protein, you're more full, less likely to cheat and binge on the diet, more likely to stick to the diet, and in be in a calorie deficit, and therefore lose weight. Makes sense?
Protein and calories, as long as they were about the same, the results were about the same.
So there you have it. She tried to say that it's not about calories in, calories out, and then went on to explain an entire video about exactly why it's calories in, calories out. So next time someone says it's not about calories in, calories out, expect them to make an entire video proving that that's exactly what it's about. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette IB Pro. Watch one of the bloops. Don't forget I have harder than last time supplements. HLTsubs.com. Also, I sell some freaking cookbook, Circle Diet. Keep you in a deficit. Delicious low-calorie recipes. Keep you full. Help you to lose weight. Do coaching plans, training plans, all kinds of stuff. And until next time, I am out.